Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye fans. Jeff Rash again here with the Gilmer Coaches Show. I'm joined today by the athletic director and head football coach of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Mr. Alan Metzel, who has a, let's see, what is your record now, Alan? 14, is it 19? No, 18. 18-2, which is pretty good start. It's a pretty good start as head football coach. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So we had two programs this last week. Both had been to the state championship the year prior. Both very outstanding football coaches, coached teams, very outstanding programs with good traditions. And they went to head Friday night. Gilmer Buckeyes came out on top, so congratulations.
Thank you,
about
sir.
that.
Appreciate it.
That game went as almost exactly like you prescribed it.
We talked in
To the letter.
In the team meeting that morning. You know, I told them these guys aren't going to go away. They're well coached. They have character. They're going to keep fighting. Talked about intensity, not getting too high, too low, because some teams you get ahead, you score 2-3 times, and then all of a sudden they just quit. Well, I knew they would not do that.
You were right on the money. You said that morning. I remember talking to you, and you were like, they're going to play all 4 quarters. They're going to come at you every play.
They did.
And you said they were extremely well coached. And I think you can tell that by the lack of penalties.
Right.
Not a lot of mental errors on their part, really. And just the way they executed.
Right.
Because I felt like they're a bigger school than we are. So they've got more kids to choose from. They had good size, they had good speed, good athleticism. I thought I didn't think they had near the athleticism that we have, but they executed well. I mean, routes they ran clean, and they pretty much threw every single play they had in the
trick play, everything, unbalanced shift, all sorts of stuff. And I also mentioned they got a quarterback that played in the state championship, and you saw he made all 3 of their touchdowns that they made on offense were all on 4th down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exactly right.
And he just kept making plays.
Yeah.
And so that's a credit to them.
Yeah,
and to him.
It is. And I was pretty surprised. He actually had good legs. The guy, he can run the football. He doesn't look like a running quarterback.
Right.
He looks like a standard pocket
He's
quarterback.
tall and thin, right? But he's got a lot of moxie. He's a competitor.
He is a competitor.
He's a very good football player.
Yeah, I'm always impressed with Lindale's. Their people are really great. Like up in the press box, Coach Maddox is over there, of course, former Gilmer
One of my favorite people in the world.
He's a wonderful human being, and they're just a class act up there in the press box with us, and just their community. They support their boys just like we do.
Right.
I love it when that's
what it ought to be.
That's how every Friday night should be, right?
Right.
And it's just great. You have 2 very competitive football teams. At the end of it, we had at least 2 or 3 people come out of the booth and. Good game, guys, and congratulations. Good luck on just class.
Right.
That's how you want it to be.
That's how it ought to be.
Well-coached football team, so we wish them the best.
Right.
The rest of the season, we hope that they do quite well.
I hope they get to make it back
I hope they do too.
To Dallas.
Yeah,
exactly.
I hope they do too. So, what kind of things do we see? We talk about growth every week. What did you see you like this week?
Well, in talking about, they're going to keep fighting, talking about our opponent, I felt like that we had opportunities to stretch it out to where you can take away them feeling like they've got a chance.
Yeah.
And we would stretch it out, and then we would make a mistake and let them in.
Yeah.
And then we'd stretch it out and then make a mistake and let them in. And so obviously we want to clean up some of those mistakes, snap, punt, that went over our head. A penalty at an inopportune time, things like that, it kind of kept extending some of their drives and gave them more chances than you would like to.
Yeah, you would. And so, those things happen. It's football. That's why we play the game. And it happens to both sides of the ball. I mean, they turned over the ball 3 times.
4. We had 4 picks.
Four picks. So, that's certainly a factor in the game. But they kept coming back.
They did.
We'd get up 21 points ahead, and then we're thinking, all right, we're fixing to go. And then they'd cut it to 14, and at one point cut it to 7.
Right.
And was making a drive until Caden Tennyson, I'm sure it's one of our clips here to look at, just made a
amazing play.
Incredible. Comes out of nowhere at 110 miles an hour and makes a senior play, even though he's 15-year-old freshman.
Right.
Amazing.
Drags his foot, staying bounds.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the best play of the game.
I would say so.
Yeah, probably so. So why don't we take a look at a few
Okay.
plays? You can line us out here. What's this first thing we're going to see?
His first thing was, we deferred and allowed Lindale to have the ball, and so they're driving down. They had a pretty sustained drive, marching down the field, and you're going to see Parker Gilo step in front and pick off the pass, flip the field, and just a tremendous play on his part. I'm going to flip to the wide. You can see him out here down at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to circle him here in just a second. And he did a great job of reading the pass route. He's reading number 2. And so as he sees that guy work his way out, then he jumps the route and picks off the ball and, like I said, takes it the length of the field. Big momentum swing.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Right. And it shows good speed getting down the field. And
Yeah, great
almost got
athletic
in.
play.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now we're down to the 20-yard line. And this sets up our offense in order to get Rowan Flellin the ball out in space. So we started rolling out wide. We brought him in motion, took him behind the quarterback. They run a lot of man free. You can see their secondary guy running with him across from him. And so by running him behind the quarterback and then flipping the ball out to him, it makes a long way for that guy to have to run to try and tackle him, which he wasn't able to get there.
Well, and Rowan does an incredible spin move, and
He does.
great
Breaks
athleticism.
the tackle and gets to the end zone. He does a great job. You always hear us talking about philosophically get an athlete in space with the ball.
Yeah.
And that's an example of that. So here on our next drive, we move down and we're trying to get outside on Lindale's D line. You're going to see we're going to give the ball to Ashton Haynes. We block down with our tackle, and their end squeezes, and so that gives Ashton an opportunity to get outside of him, and then he runs up the sideline for the touchdown.
Yeah, Ashton had an incredible game. I think he was 10 yards a carry.
He was
It was
right
like
at
100, 180 yards or so.
Correct. 180 yards rushing on the night, 3
Yeah,
touchdowns.
that's his biggest game yet.
That was a big one. That was a big one. So you can see him here getting up the sideline. So excellent job on his part. Okay, we see Lindale here again on offense. They're making another drive. Defense comes up big here with another turnover. You're going to see our safety. They throw it in between the two defenders, the corner and the safety, but our safety puts a great hit on the receiver. The ball pops up in the air. Will Blakely
Yep.
is right there to pick off the pass and makes a very good run back.
Yeah.
You know.
Unfortunately, we had a penalty that brought us back, but still got the ball back.
Correct. So great job by Will to be heads up, secure the ball, and then head north and south.
Was that an illegal block or what was that?
They said it was a push in the bag.
Push in the back. Right.
Okay, here we go back to offense, and we're trying to swing the momentum again. I think this was right after we had given up the touchdown on the special teams. Brandon does a great job. You can see him here moving with their pressure. They're blitzing. He shuffles in the pocket, puts the ball out in front of Josiah Rockwell, and Jay's a big target, does a great job beating the guy over the top. And you can see here, when you look at there's a whole lot of space after about 10 yards.
Yeah.
And so if you can get the ball off, which is the tough part, then you're going to have somebody open. Brandon did a good job of maneuvering in the pocket to allow Jay to get open.
Yeah, which he's gotten extremely good
He's
at.
very good at it. He's very good at it. Okay, here we go. We're back on offense again. You're going to see Brandon. This is a short yardage play. And so they're thinking we're going to give the ball to Ashton to get the first down. Brandon reads the defensive end who tries to take Ashton. He goes right around the outside. Our fullback does a great job of sealing their linebacker. He goes untouched for the touchdown. That was a pretty
good
play.
read.
Yeah. You can watch the end here squeeze down, and then Brandon goes right around him and through the seam. So excellent job on our lineman's part, fullback's part, and of course Brandon made the right read. Okay, again, you're going to see a lot of space out there in that secondary. They're trying to put pressure on us. So we decided we would go with a corner route by Rowan, the inside receiver. He runs a flag route.
That was
Brandon,
the best thrown ball.
beautiful throw.
Oh my gosh!
Beautiful.
You put the ball there. That's a tough catch too.
Yes.
You're looking over your shoulder and you're running to your you're having to use
Your outside.
outside your left hand. I think he's right-handed, so
Correct.
he's using his recessive hand to pull it in.
Absolutely.
That was a well-thrown ball.
That's one that you got to time out just right and a lot of reps and practice to make
Perfect.
sure that it works out. So here we are back on defense. This is that big play by Caden that you were talking about. This is late in the game. The guy scrambles, the receiver runs back to him, and then all of a sudden Caden jumped the pass. I'm going to slow it down right here. Nope, actually I sped it up. Here we go, right there, and then drug his foot to make sure he got the interception.
Incredible play.
Amazing job.
Yeah.
Amazing job. Very gutsy for someone of his age to have the initiative to go after the ball like that, especially in that tight
Well,
situation.
you're looking at the last 2 minutes of the game.
Right.
They've got the ball. This is going to be the tying drive.
They have the
If they
momentum.
score,
Right.
he comes up, makes a big play.
Huge. Huge.
I have a feeling it won't be the last big play.
No, you'll probably see a play
in
or
his
two.
career.
Right. So, after that interception, again, we hand the ball to Ashton. Linemen do a great job of blocking here. The fullback, Keith Rockwell. Ashton gets out into the secondary, takes it the distance to put the icing on the cake for a team there. That was a good way to wrap up the evening for him, especially.
It was, for sure. So, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on Lindale for putting up a good fight. I thought it was exactly the way you described.
Great high school
So,
game.
now the moment we've all been waiting for, Carthage this
Yes.
week. And then we've got a bye
Correct.
to hopefully bask in the glory of the win that we're going to put on them. So they haven't been beaten like 32 straight games. And so we hope that this is going to be the one. How do you like the matchup?
Well, I really feel like we have worked hard ever since that last game to this end. Our line is much better. We've talked about that at length. We feel like our front seven on defense has bulked up. We're more athletic up there. So that's where I felt like the disparity was from
Yeah.
last year's team. That they just had some guys we struggled to match up with.
Yeah, they won the
They
battle.
won the trenches. They did. And so we feel like we're closing that gap. Now, we haven't played them yet, so it's yet to be determined how much. But we feel like we're in a position to be able to go into the game and hold our own and get the ball in athletes' hands in space, and our secondary can hold up back there
Yeah.
and go down there and go get an upset.
Well, just like last year, they've only played 2 games
Right.
coming into this one. 2 wins, of course. They haven't been beaten like 3 years. And so they're a great team. They're obviously well coached.
Right.
And but I like our matchup this year even better than last year. Last year was one of the best football teams I've ever seen. I got to hand it to them.
Amazing.
But I like the matchup better. We're not going to give you anything else than that because we don't want to give away anything. But folks, we need you like we've never needed you before. Come out, support the team. Traveling to Carthage is going to be hostile territory. Make sure you come out and support the Buckeyes. And if you can't come, make sure you watch it and cheer on your television sets. On behalf of Coach Metzel and myself, go Buckeyes.